Hello, everybody. It's PG Sports coming live with late breaking news from the LA Lakers. They have announced their coach. JJ Redick will be signed to a 4-year deal to take over the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's see what kind of season that'll be. Well, man, not to take away from anything that happened yesterday, Caitlin Clark again was flirting with the triple doubles. They got the win yesterday. Did pretty good. Update on Cameron Brink. She did tear her left ACL, so she will be gone for the season. She had a great season. She put together a great opening rookie season. Too bad for that. Prayers and every prayers for everything and love goes out to the family. Hope she comes back. Get that surgery done and come back. Stronger than ever. Shout out to Cameron Brink on that. Sorry about the injury, but you're having a great rookie season. But let's get into today's scoop of JJ Redick. Before we do that, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. So, any thoughts? Let me see. Well, I'm going to be honest here. I don't think it's a good fit for JJ. The only reason why is because LeBron James. To be honest, this is the epitome of what they always say. He's a coach killer. And JJ Redick's going to see that. He's going to see that I don't think it's going to work just for that fact because they know each other, got a podcast together. It's going to bring a lot of unnecessary traction. Just the whole deal is bad. It's a bad look. I think it is for the Lakers, for JJ. LeBron is LeBron. There ain't nothing he can do about him. He is who he is. His legacy is pretty much cemented, to be honest. Now, before I say that, there is the possibility they could make it work, to be honest. Maybe this is the coach or the one coach that LeBron James allows to be coached by, and the team. But it all comes down to LeBron James, to be honest. It varies. I'm not saying JJ's not a smart guy between the X's and O's. I honestly, I think he is. Only because, he did play for Duke. He did play for Coach K. He had a illustrious career there. He's had a decent career. He's a journeyman. Don't get me wrong. He's a great shooter. But as far as coaching, he has really no experience. This is his first time, but hey, what better way to do it on the big show with the big team and the biggest player in the NBA? Showtime Lakers, LeBron James, all that. You're gonna get all the media hype you can get. You're gonna probably get more than you deserve, just because you're coach playing for the Lakers. Shoot, you might be up there getting ratings as far as what Caitlin Clark gets, but who knows? Who cares? We're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting year this year for the Lakers, the Celtics. Just to see what happens with this hire. Let's see what everybody's talking about. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna pull this stuff. I want to see what people are talking about, just to show you a little bit of what people are actually saying about this. Because I think it's crazy to be honest. Skip this real quick. So I'm going to go
Celtics
take a little bit of
assistant Charles Lee fresh off the title, and the Nets with the Kings assistant Jordy Fernandez. That leaves the Cavaliers, the Lakers, and now the Pistons with head coaching vacancies. With that in mind, we welcome in our friend Adrian Wojnarowski. And Woj, a coach of the pedigree of Monty Williams and a job like the Lakers, seems like maybe there might be interest, but I wonder if maybe the timing of this throws a monkey wrench in the whole thing. You tell me.
Scott, if Monty Williams had been available.
ESPN sources, JJ Redick has signed on a 4-year contract to become the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Rob Pelinka offered the job this morning, and Redick started working on a staff to surround himself with experience. So that breaking news, of course, we know the relationship that JJ has with LeBron. Of course, LeBron James, not at all.
See, that's another thing. if this guy can actually surround himself with coaches that are not yes coaches, not yes guy coaches, that's going to determine whether he actually determine his coaching career or just his first year as a coach. To be honest, I mean, you have to bring in coaches that are allowed to coach, especially with the type of polarizing athlete star that LeBron James is. I mean, because we've seen the past, we've seen what's happened. I mean, he's a bit of a if he doesn't get his own way. I mean, which is kind of bad. I mean, because basically when you coach like that, man, it's kind of hard. If actually walking on edge so you don't hurt his feelings or you don't, or he's not going to use you as the blame or a scapegoat. To be honest, because that's what happens with his season doesn't go well. They get beat. He's not going to take the blame on himself. Of course, he's not going to be held. He's not going to hold himself accountable. And this is the way. That's just the way LeBron coaches. I mean, LeBron the way he is. That's why a lot of people don't consider him the GOAT. Other than besides his 6 finals losses and willingness to want the ball in the final minutes early in his career. Can't start doing it now to try to cement that. But back to JJ Redick, man. Let me hear some more of the commentary. See what they got to actually say about JJ Redick. She was just putting to speak on it because about her and LeBron James being the only touch. So we'll get back to this.
A part of the head coaching process, hiring process necessarily. But Perk, what is your reaction to the fact that JJ is now officially? Of course, LeBron James, not at all a part of the head coaching process, hiring process necessarily. But Perk, what is your reaction to the fact that JJ is now officially the Los Angeles Lakers' next head coach?
You know what? I'm not mad at it. Anytime a former player, right, could get an opportunity to be in that position and be a head coach, I'm all in for it, right? We know that JJ Redick is a brilliant basketball mind. We know he knows the game in and out, the X's and O's. Again, I'm gonna go back to what I said before. The only thing when it comes down to JJ Redick is he gonna be able to speak the language in that locker room, right? We look at the NBA Finals, and who did we see coaching in the NBA Finals? We saw Jason Kidd, and we saw a 35-year-old.
See, that's another issue as far as that. Are people gonna? I think the locker room, are they gonna respect him enough as a person, as a coach, just because he is friends with it? You have to throw that in the mix because it's gonna have a lot to do with that. Are they gonna respect him enough? They have no. I mean, a lot of the guys on the team are fairly young. I'm not gonna say a lot of them are prima donnas, but I don't see him really having any issue. Maybe with AD possible. Other than that, I think the locker room is pretty much, they know their roles and what they contribute. They respect enough. I mean, I'm not gonna say a lot of them don't have years of experience. Maybe D-Lo. See, that my problem, to be honest with you, I think that's the only, if anything happened between Bad and this whole situation, I think it's D-Lo. D-Lo's the only one that probably really speak on it. Because, I mean, he has enough years in the NBA to voice his opinion and feel that his opinion matters. Because, I mean, he had an up and down season. I don't know, if you followed his whole season. I do, because I'm like I said, I gamble. So his season was up and down, man. It's just plugging him in certain ways, putting him in certain, roster spots with different looks. It's kind of hard, man. It's like whenever he started getting hot, man, it kind of just in and out. You know what I mean? But then again, he did play sex. Sometimes he would just, if he was off, that's a lot of thing with D-Lo's too, man. He got to understand that sometimes when he's off, he's off. The guy's off. And all facets of the game to where he can contribute. Because, I mean, he was killing that assist, and then bam, he started scoring. His assist went away. I don't understand why you can't. Look at LeBron. LeBron does everything. I mean, he scores, rebounds, and assists. Why can't you be a multifaceted player? Because you've shown that you can give assists. You showed you can score. But, it's just hard when you have a lot of players and you have a coach of J.J. Redick's inexperience, basically no experience as a coach. But I think, like I said, the biggest problem is him being friends with LeBron or being podcast brothers or whatever they do, and they know each other on that level. And just, it's going to cause a lot of behind the doors questionable things like, well, is LeBron talking to him behind the doors? Is he saying this when something goes wrong? And just different parts of the aspect of being when you know somebody that close, and you could always start pointing fingers at different things. I think that's what's going to be the biggest thing backlash as far as team chemistry comes. About when some things start to happen, or they bench players, or they do certain setups and all that. Is LeBron James really the guy behind the scenes? I mean, it's already been said. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything nobody else is going to say, but I think that's going to be one of the major issues. If they don't get along, if they start trading, or just any kind of issues bringing along, because I mean, it's easy to understand and why to see how that would play a big role because of the way LeBron is. So let's get on some more of what Perkins has to say, which I hardly agree with.
Joe Mazzulla. And the one thing that I've been hearing and seeing is how Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and all these guys on the Celtics talk about how they relate to Joe Mazzulla and how he's affected their lives outside of basketball. It's more the X's and O's when it comes down to being the head coach. Can JJ Redick elevate his game, put a little bit of his ego aside, and go in that locker room and speak today's language? This is a different day and age, UD. This is not when you and I were coming up and we are under the Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley system. Only a few coaches are allowed to be that best version of themselves. So I applaud it. JJ.
This is the first time that I have to actually kind of agree with what Perkins is saying, man. Usually his takes on a lot of things are very biased and opinionated and not open-minded. He has some bad takes sometimes, which I get is the media. You're supposed to, whatever. But I actually kind of like what he's saying today, man. It makes sense to me as a coach. I mean, being watching basketball, and this whole thing, especially with Joe Mazzulla being, showing you that he can work out. So I mean, I'm gonna give some props. Shout out to Perks today, and I've met Kendrick Perkins in person. Yeah, I have. Yeah, back in the day. I don't know if everybody's familiar with Bang energy drink. I'm from Austin, Texas. I live in Austin, Texas. So back in the day when Bang first, I used to work for this nutrition company called Kingdom Nutrition. So actually, my buddy one of my best friends, and his brother. His older brother started the company. He's famous. I'm not famous, but he's made it. It was a very lucrative thing. Well, he had Bang energy drink, so he was the first guy out of Austin, Texas, to actually have it. One of the first guys in Texas, basically, because he actually grew it to where it is and just put it out there on the map because he was the distributor in Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, where we're kind of originally from, and then in Dallas, Texas. But to get to that point, I was a salesman, so I would, go to stores, take their orders and all that, and have my guys come deliver it. And that's how I met Kendrick Perkins. There was a gym, karate boxing type gym next door to one of the stores that I was taking an order at. And he happened to walk out, and I recognized him right off the bat. So I didn't want to bother with him too much. I should have took a picture. I wasn't expecting to run into Kendrick Perkins, but that's my claim of fame as far as Kendrick. But anyways, name dropping. But anyways, that's just cloud chasing, basically what you could say. So let's get on with this. Let's see what Udonis Haslem has to say. Whoa, Udonis, where you at, bro? Where you at? Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
Kudos to him, and let's see where it goes.
So JJ Redick has been sought after on multiple staffs, and as a head coach in a lot of situations over the last couple of years, he's turned them down. Like 2 years ago, the Boston Celtics said, "Can you come be on Joe Mazzulla's staff?" And he said, "No, I'm not ready for that. I want to take some time away from my playing career." He has some young kids he wants to be around. This is a guy. This is not just the Lakers who've been interested in JJ Redick. There's been a number of teams. I know teams had him on their board as replacements for iconic coaches in this league. He is somebody that has been scouted and thought of as a future great head coach in this league for a long time. And the Lakers, I know it may have seemed like it took a long time to land on JJ Redick, and they did have this
not plagiarism, but I want to see what he does. I like to.
I think together is
okay.
Just JJ being
accomplished so many picked up over.
For me, it's a better soundbite as far as listening to ex players because they've been there, they dealing with this stuff. So I want to rather hear what he has to say.
Gotta like you in the league these days. It's not when we play when they just. At this stage of the game, it's a players' league. They gotta like you in the league these days. It's not when we play when they just give you a task and you run through a brick wall and you don't ask any questions. It's a players' league, and if they don't like you, they'll get you out of there. So the first thing JJ's got to do is go in there and establish relationships with these guys. I know he has one with LeBron James, but he's got to establish relationships with all these guys in the locker room. He's got to make sure that it's only one voice and that he earns their respect. I remember playing for Eric Spoelstra. I know the Spo that we see now today, but the Spo that started was in the film room. The Spo that started was rebounding. The Spo that started was working us out. He came in there, and me and Dwayne remember that Eric Spoelstra, but he earned our respect. He earned the name of Spoelstra Nostra. He worked for that. So JJ's going to have to work and earn those guys' respect.
Perk, I want to ask you this because UD's talking about earning the players' respect. I heard him this morning on First Take talking about how obviously they know who he was as a player. They understand his basketball mind, but he hasn't been a head coach yet. How does he go into that locker room and earn that respect from those players?
Well, I think he got to find that fine line of separating the two, right? Of being the head coach, but also being somewhat of a friend, right? You talk about being a players' league. I think the way that he starts is that he got to get the attention of the most important person in that locker room, and it's not LeBron James, it's Anthony Davis. If I'm JJ Redick, that's the first person I'm getting on the phone with and figuring things out. Now we already know he's probably not already had conversations with LeBron, but again, this had to be an Anthony Davis hire. How are you going to put Anthony Davis in the best position to be successful? If JJ Redick is able to get on the same page and get Anthony Davis' attention and respect, like UD was talking about, the respect factor, everyone else is going to follow. Everyone else is going to follow. And I think UD said something that was key, and I'm going to leave it at here. One voice. One voice. It's not a million voices. It's his voice and his way, not a LeBron way.
I'm gonna have to actually agree with. Doesn't happen a lot, but I'm gonna agree with Perkins. Everything he said is spot on about JJ Redick, and even what Udonis Haslam say. I like the way he was short and sweet about not to delve too much into it, because it's right. You have to build some kind of relationships where you can separate you being the coach and having one voice. I like that. That was short, sweet, and right to the point. And I like the point that what Perkins said again, Reed, about as far as going in there and talking to Anthony Davis, which is true. I find he's the best player on the team. He should be the vocal leader of the team because he'll be the future, depending on how many years he has left. Because honestly, I think LeBron should already retire, but that's just me. I mean, just for legacy point of view. So I want to get into some of this Caitlin Clark. The game yesterday, just talk about her standing up for herself, and just a little bit what happened. A lot of people speak on that, man, and hold on, let me see. And I should already have this up, guys. Sorry. Actually, here we go. Here. Up so. What I'm talking about.
So, first of all, check it out.
See, and this is what I was talking about. I mean, she's starting to stick up for herself. That's good. We really didn't get to see it, but she kind of threw her a jab, like when she after she made the three and she came back around, they kind of dusted each other, and she kind of threw a little jab, and she stood up for herself. That's what we need to see from Caitlin Clark. You know, stuff like that. Then maybe the fans they'll start chilling out on her because I like that, man. I mean, she's gonna be a face. She's gonna be the face of the league, man. To be honest, she is. There's nothing we can do about that. Nobody's gonna want to do anything. Let me see if there's
to be able to play at this level.
Big look at the direction of Smith again. Smith catches it. Sees the double, feeds Boston extra pass. Smith is wide open.
Down.
Again, Smith finds some space. There's a whistle right there.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just 11 games a year ago, and Jewel Lloyd, a big reason why. McKay going right at Boston. The push shot falls. Megan Smith trying to push the pace, gets inside. It's an offensive foul. Turnover, good outlet pass Boston. Can Mitchell track it down? She can. Pick up here from Indy. The hesitation. Clark gets to the rim.
Match in transition. Good hesitation. Pregame pass. Gotta love the crustable peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, look at Melissa Smith running the floor. Continuing to generate good looks. Lloyd just pushes over Caitlin Clark and knocks. Clark puts on the brakes. Good help there by McBagor. Clark counts, pads it. Smith again.
It's wide open, and it's a.
Clark sees two, gets to Smith. Extra pass. Mitchell will launch. And three. Clark over Horston. Hits a three.
Horston's got to come with hands up. You can't let Clark see the little bit at the top of the floor trying to get Caitlin off the ball.
Couple shots from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse logo. Here's Clark on the drive and the finish. To update that periodically throughout the year, Bumake hangs and finishes.
Comes off a pin down here, wide open.
You might need to update the graphic now. Curricular, as Clark's knocked down a couple of deep triples.
Victoria Vivian's an old Indiana Fever player.
I think with that, man, her teammates will probably respond to her more and she'll probably get more calls, to be honest. I mean, I think a lot of people are afraid to call calls because they don't want to favor it, especially the refs. I don't know. Because, I mean, it is a very physical league. Women are. They have a lot of physicality. More than the men so far is just how they play the game. But a lot of it is not. It's lack of athleticism is why a lot of they play more physical because their athleticism is much like you can tell the difference of athleticism between the women as far as how far it is spread apart compared to like the men in their own league. But I mean, you know, she does need to stand up for herself because, you know, her standing up for herself, to be honest, man, it's going to change a lot of the way people view things and the way they're picking on her, they're hard fouling her because, I mean, I hate the narrative, oh, she's the white person, blah, 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 big black person. You know what I mean? I hate that narrative. But it's what it is. So, you know, just if she starts standing up for herself, I think the league, she's going to be respected more people more. And then, you know, it's not just, hey, you're not going to get that. I'm going to try to take you out in there. None of that. You know, it's just she has to stand up for herself. Maybe her teammates start coming to, you know, be more. Because they are. Don't get me wrong. They shouldn't like they should. I mean, I've seen, you know, shit like that happen. And, man, they come and boom. They come and let them know what's up. I'm going to make you check. You know, check over your shoulder. Like, do my teammate like that. I'm coming for you. So, you know, let me feel it.
Just enough.
No, that is not. So, well, like I was saying, I just want to bring that to your attention as far as just what Caitlin's doing. I mean, she needs to quit. At the beginning, she's like always looking at the ref or something. You know what I mean? It's not good. They're not gonna. I don't know if you had that. Like as far as just them, okay, it's Caitlin Clark. No, you don't have an effect on the referee. It's not that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Caitlin Clark effect. It only goes as far as just fans, teammates, and that overall game. But I don't think it's gonna affect the referees like you think it should as far as just getting calls because you're just a rookie anyways. But her standing up for herself, it's gonna open up a lot of probably just rough play, being calmed down, and just other stuff because they're gonna know. And then her teammates got to follow. I think a lot of her teammates wanted to see if she would stick up for herself. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, because she's still a rookie, she hasn't earned nothing yet. And if she sticks up for herself, gives them the deal, man. We can stick up. She wants to fight, so let's go. Let's get it, man. She's trying to earn her spot. She's trying to earn her respect because a lot of times that's what that is. You earn your respect by standing up for yourself instead of just saying, "Oh, we got to protect this person because of who she is." See, a lot of women probably take it that way. That's how I would assume that they would take it instead of being like, "Oh, you're this great white whatever. Hope you got all this hype." And let's see if she can stand up on her own. Just not because right now they're thinking everything's giving in. Everybody just giving everything to her outside her natural talents and what she brings. That's what they're thinking, or they want to use that and say that or whatever. But now that she's standing up for herself, I think it's going to change. I think the whole dynamic for her team is going to change. Everything's going to change. She starts sticking up more for herself. Well, those are I just want to come today and bring you some of those quick topics. Like I said, today the first day I'm able to actually go live on my channel because they kind of let me go. I mean, they proved everything. So, like I say, want to go live today. My first time actually going live on the actual channel. So, that being said, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments. Let me get the algorithm moving. Just trying to get this channel moving, man. Just trying to bring you all the latest, greatest, and anything else, man. I mean, if y'all got any topics y'all want to talk about, I can bring them on. I'll post, but I'm gonna start going live where it can actually be commentary, live questionings, live chats, live messaging. I'll probably do that every Tuesday around 12, 10 in the morning sometime. I don't know. I probably might do it. It all varies. I haven't figured it out yet because I'm going to just try it out and check it out. Because like I said, it's my first news broadcast sports broadcast that I actually do. Everything else I do. I have another channel. It's called Football Picks, and we give out free plays every week. Every day, actually. Every day. So if you're interested in that as well, go check it out. Call them, hook 'em picks on there, and I give out free plays, for just about every sport. It all varies on what's going on that day and how I look at the picks and what I think's good. So go check it out. But that's gonna be it for today. So peace. Let's go.